In this video, I'm going to show exactly how you can create videos like this to advertise your products.
I've been loving this little guy. It's the Papershoot camera. It's basically a digital film camera that comes in this recyclable case, and look how cute it is. The lens is fixed, all you do is point and shoot, and it gives you that dreamy film vibe without the hassle.
If you're new here, my name is JD. I sold my first company and now I spend my time building cool automation and AI products. So let's get started. So we're actually going to look at two workflows. The first one is text to video and the other one is image to video. The first question is, how can we actually get Sora API shipper? And the answer is use kie.ai. So this is a service that provides you with an API that you can use to generate video. And you can use Sora too. So you can see a comparison here. If you use OpenAI like we did last video, you'll pay around 10 cents. Here, using Sora 2 without being the pro version, you'll pay 1.5 cents per second. So 10 seconds would be 15 cents instead of $1. Because of this, we'll use this API. And how does this work? So basically, we start by sending a shot message. In this case, I have this one, which is just a render of a 3D image, and I'll send. Once we do this, we'll do an HTTP request. So if you don't know what this is, we're basically just calling an API. So you can think of an API as the way code talks with other code. So we have a service, in this case kie.ai, that we want to talk with our code. So in order to do this, we just need the URL and also to know what kie expects to receive. The most important part when using an API is the API key, which is how the service knows it's you that's calling it. So it works sort of as a password that's only unique to you and you should not share it. So if you go to kie and you sign in and then you click API key, you'll see your API key here. So this is how they identify you and this is also how they'll bill you. You'll have some credits so you can test even without paying. We have, I think, about 80 credits, but just for $5 you can get 1,000 credits, which will last you for a bit. After you get your API key, what you want to do is to go here, click generic credential type, click add or auth, and then if you don't have one, you'll need to create a new credential and you just give it a name, in this case kie, and then you paste that value in here. So this is the documentation and you can access by clicking document. And we can see we have some models with Sora. In this case, I'm doing the Sora 2 text to video. And so we need to understand how we can actually use this API. We have something like this, which tells us the endpoint or the link we need to call. So we copy it and you'll need to call the base API, which is this one, and just add that final part. As you can see, it ends with API, v1, jobs. So we add the website link followed by this. We have the website, we have the credentials, and the next thing we need is to create the body. So what is this body? The body, as you can see here, is what the service expects to receive. So you can say that we want a model. In this case, we know the model is this. We want a callback URL. This is optional and we're not going to use it. And then we need to give it a prompt, an aspect ratio, and the number of frames. And we know that 10 frames means 10 seconds, and then we have the option to remove watermark. So we need to add all of this to our code. So if you come here, you can see I did this input. When you see the dot here, it means you need to open. So we have input, then we open the curly brackets, and then we have all the fields that are required: the prompt, the aspect ratio, the number of frames, and the option to remove the watermark. As a tip, if you're doing something like this, you can see here you have a sample of the prompt and you can just copy it, paste it, and then change what you need. So in this case, we can see I'm giving it the shot input, so it will receive the shot input and use that as a prompt, and then we'll receive a response. When you're using an API like this, usually you won't get the video right away. So you need to actually wait for a bit to get the final video. You'll just get a response saying that we are processing your video. So you need to know what's called pooling, which is just a process of asking multiple times, is it done? And if it's not, we'll need to wait a bit and try again later. So this is exactly what we do. So I send a request, we'll get a response that says, okay, we're processing. Then we'll wait for a few seconds. After that, we'll send a new request, and this is a different endpoint. So you can see when you're here, if we go to the API, you can see we have two endpoints, one to create and one to query. So when you create a task, you'll get something like this, and we'll have a task ID, and this is what we need to then send the query. So the program will give us an ID that we can then ask multiple times, is the job with this specific ID done? And that's exactly what we're doing here. So again, we use the same credentials, and we're passing here the task ID, as you'll see. Lastly, we use this, which just checks if the job is done, and we have this state. We check if it's equal to success, and if it is, we'll respond to chat. If it's not, we'll go again and wait again for 5 seconds. So let's actually try this. Let's send a message. We can see it got the request, and if you open it, you can see it's success, and we have a task ID. It waited. You can see it's already running twice here. So if you open, you can see it's generating. The state is generating. So it then goes to the if. Since the state is not success, it will loop again every 5 seconds. So let's just wait a bit. Now it's done. We can check the if. We see eventually it got to the success, and then it went to the output. So if you open here, we can see it's something like this, and we have this complicated expression that basically is just getting one specific result. So now that is done, we can get the URL, and if you just open it, you can see we generated something like this. The resolution is not obviously great because we're not using the Pro version, but that this way is much cheaper than using the Pro version. So next we'll see something a little bit different, which is the image to video. In this case, we are going to actually generate an ad. And the way we do this is to start with a form. We give that form a file and a description, a prompt again, and we upload the file to our drive so that we can access. And then we'll make a different API call. So if you go back to the API instructions, we see we have the Sora image to video here, which is very similar. The only difference, as you can see, is that now it asks us for image URLs. So these are the image URLs we want. After that, the code is pretty much the same. It will just loop, and then at the end, we'll send a response. Again, this will be pulling as we see before. It will be getting the ID, the task ID, and trying to get the result. And let's see the result of this. So I'll run it. We can see we have this. I have this image which I'm going to upload. Then I want to give it a prompt. So I'm going to give it a prompt I have prepared here. And the prompt is something like this. The image shows a young woman holding the product shown in the reference image. Nothing about the product in the reference image should be altered. It must appear exactly as provided, and talking about the paper-shoot camera. She has long, wavy light brown hair and is wearing a casual grey top. The setting appears to be cozy, well-lit room with warm tones. There's a lamp, some plants, and a wall decor visible in the background. She seems to be taking a selfie or recording herself, likely in a relaxed or cheerful mood. So let's submit this. You can see this is loading. If you go back to our N8N, we can see it uploaded the file and it did the request. As you can see again, we have the task ID and now it's pulling. So if you open the actual request, we can see it's still generating, and so while it's generating, it's just looping again and again. So let's wait for a bit. Video generation tends to take a while, so I'll come back once it's done. So it's been a while and we can see that now everything went forward. If you open this, we can see again we have a bunch of stuff, but what we want is this final result. And this is exactly what we get on our form. So we just go there and we transform that into a JSON, and then we just get the result URL 0. So if we go to the form, we can see that now we have a link. Let's open it. So if you see the image you uploaded in the beginning of the video, that's normal, it's a bug dev, but this is how it would look like.
Hey guys, look at this little paper shoot camera. It's so lightweight and the design is gorgeous. Kind of vintage but super minimal. I've been carrying it everywhere because it shoots film style photos without the hassle and you just pop in a memory.
So as you can see, it's pretty realistic. If you want to actually make a better video, you change to the Sora Pro, which gives you way better detail. And the way to do that would be to actually come here and you'll see you have a 2 Pro image, which then asks you for one more input, which is the input size. So if you choose standard, it will be standard. If you choose high, it will be very high quality, which is something like this video that you saw in the beginning.
I've been loving this little guy. It's the paper shoot camera. It's basically a digital film camera that comes in this recyclable case, and look how cute it is. The lens is fixed, all you do is point and shoot, and it gives you that dreamy film vibe without the hassle.
I hope you enjoy this video. If you want to learn more about this, I have a free community in Skool. It's free for now, it will eventually be paid. So make sure to check the link in the description and take a look at the other videos on my channel for more cool stuff. Thanks for watching. See you soon.